I got problems. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you got problems. Know you at the bottom. Know you took a loss today. Everybody want bottles. Living for a throttle. You just want ball today. Tell me joy, where it's hiding. I've been trying to find it before I go all the way. Cause everybody got problems. Everybody starving. But don't you go off today. Yeah. Don't you go off, don't you go off that. That's right.
Control. It's the one thing that all adults strive for, and it's the very thing that makes our lives the most miserable. Especially when it comes to love. Why does Stanley keep coming back up? I just need to forget him.
Just a minute. Come in.
Hi.
How are you this morning, Rachel?
I'm a little better than the last time I was here. I have good days. Mostly bad ones.
What's wrong? Why are you so nervous?
Well, you're going to be upset with me.
Don't tell me you called Shay.
Worse, I went to his house. My old house.
How long have we been dealing with this issue?
I broke up with Shay about 2 years ago, so I guess since then, well, I've just been a little,
If memory serves me correctly, you moved on to a new man, but today we're back on Shay. Why?
Okay. Me and my new man were having a nice dinner at my favorite Italian restaurant, which, all right, happens to be Shay's favorite restaurant. But I mean, honestly, I didn't even think about the possibility that he could be there.
You sure about that?
I know how it sounds.
As long as you're aware.
When I saw him with that woman, I couldn't help but go over there. I went over there and I told him I need to speak to him in private, and we had some words. I guess it was the heat.
The heat. What do you mean?
She better not say what I think she's going to say.
I mean, anger and passion are real close together, and one thing led to the other thing.
Why did you do that to yourself?
I just want him back.
Explain to me why.
I mean, when Shay and I were together, we had fun. We would laugh. He made my body feel so good.
It does not make him a good man for you.
He's smart. He takes care of himself. He knows how to keep money in his pocket. When I saw him again, it just made me realize how much I miss him.
Why did you two break up?
You know why?
I do, but do you?
We fought a lot.
About?
What is this girl thinking?
Other women.
Why were you two fighting about other women?
Shay is fine. So of course other girls were always up in his face.
Are you now making excuses for this man?
I accused him of cheating. Questioned him constantly about what he was doing and who he was doing it with.
Rachel, be honest with yourself. He cheated on you because he wanted to. Cheating is a choice. Wasn't she your best friend?
Yes. But that doesn't change how I feel.
So why are you here today?
I guess to talk to someone who would listen.
Okay.
I just want someone who really cares about me. I mean, that's why I'm in this whole mess in the first place.
What happened after you found Shay with your best friend?
I wanted to forgive him. He wanted her.
So with that said, why do you want him back?
He's not with her anymore. And maybe he's changed.
You mean you hope he's changed?
Yes.
Rachel, tell me about your father.
I had a part-time father. Part of the time he was there. The other time he disappeared at work. And the rest of the time, my mother wasn't sure. Or at least she didn't say.
How did that make you feel?
All I know is the streets are irresistibly attractive to men, especially for fathers.
Rachel, why do you want Shay back?
I just want to start over.
Why don't you feel that you deserve someone better than Shay?
Shay's got it going on. I mean, I don't normally attract guys like him and haven't since we broke up.
I don't understand what is so special about this man that other men you've met don't have.
He's just different from the others.
What about men who are loyal, men who are honest, men who want to have a long-term, loving, committed relationship with you?
Where do you find men like that?
Good question.
They exist. They are referred to as good guys, nice guys.
Oh, you mean boring guys?
No, I mean nice guys.
You call them nice, I call them boring.
Okay, what's wrong with nice guys?
I mean, I dated a few nice guys, and they lack passion in every way. They don't know how to have fun, and they're basically just boring.
Let me tell you the difference between bad boys and nice guys. Men get hurt too. Generally, when they are the most vulnerable.
So,
I believe that bad boys have a wall of protection that allows them to get you before you get them. Now, nice guys, they have a wall of protection too, but they would rather leave you alone than hurt you.
that hurts too.
It does. But it rarely leaves a scar.
I know I should try to date somebody different, but I'm not attracted to any other type.
What can Shay give you that he can't?
You're a woman. I mean, you know we like what we like. Okay, let me give you an example. Shay is tall, dark, and handsome. I mean, he is just fine. He has swag for days.
She's afraid to try something new.
He's cute and
Or should I
all.
say someone new? I asked her a question she could not answer. Why? She's stuck in a pattern that is making her life miserable.
To be honest, my friend pushed me to come here because she's sick of me complaining.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to help you, but you have to do the work.
That's the plan. Where should I start?
Wherever you like.
I guess at the beginning. My life has been this way for so long, I don't even know when it started.
Then tell me what you'd like to change.
Well, the years, they're passing me by. So are the men. And I've almost been married a few times, but something's always gotten in the way.
What's that?
Me. And I'm not sure why.
Tell me about who or what shaped your opinions about men growing up.
Grace is very tense.
My father, he's a strong man, a leader, a protector, a provider for his family. And my mother, she always happily followed him, listened to him, did everything he wanted.
How big is your family?
7 kids. So my parents, they didn't really have a lot of time to show us much individual attention.
How did you feel about your mother's relationship with your father?
I guess at times it bothered me, like she would always never stand up for herself. Even when she knew he did something wrong, and my father, he did his share of wrong things. But, they never fought in front of us, the kids. That was good. Ever since I was 10, I just knew I was never going to be like my mother.
How's that working out for you?
Good. It's good in some aspects of my life and not so good in others.
Do you think she did the best job she could?
I do, yes. I love her for it. She's been a really great mother, and it's just her life lacks passion.
Passion. What does passion mean to you?
She doesn't have a clue what real passion is. She won't be able to answer the question.
Passion means passion.
You say the word, but you're not sure what it means to you.
I know what the word means. That's just a ridiculous question.
Then why can't you answer it?
It means, to me, it means happiness. Like doing, when you do something to make another person happy. That's what it means.
What makes you happy?
My career. Yeah, my career.
Do you think your father's influence played a part in the way that you treat men?
Yes, I do, but I think other women in my life probably influenced me more. You know, I had cousins and aunts who were married to some abusive men, and I'm definitely never going to put up with anything like that.
That doesn't mean that it will happen to you.
Oh, I definitely will. I'll make sure of that.
What qualities are you looking for in a man?
Grace does not have a clue what she is looking for. We need to go back to the basics.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
You're not going to quit, are you?
Is that what you want? Want me to quit? Leave you alone? But you don't like to be alone, do you?
Who wants to be alone? But that doesn't mean I need a man. It just means it's no fun to be alone.
Okay, if that's true, then why are you alone?
I don't know. You're the therapist. Why don't you tell me?
Me telling you doesn't help you. Did you come here for help? If so, you need to answer the question. If you can't. If you can't, you can't.
I'm alone because I don't trust people.
People are men.
People, especially men. Because they smile in your face, they tell you everything you want to hear, and then they screw you.
That's called charm. And most women like it, and that's why they do it. Is that why you don't know what qualities you want in a man?
They take you to all these nice restaurants, and you start thinking, yeah, this guy really knows how to treat me. And then suddenly everything changes, and you don't even really understand why. Do you know why?
I can't speak to what's in a man's mind, but I can tell you that men have insecurities, emotional traumas, pain, anger, uncertainties, just like women. And those things cause them to play games to get you before you get them.
Yes, they're good at that.
Men deal with these issues in different ways because, like us, they haven't got a clue what they're doing most of the time.
You actually believe that?
During those times, people get hurt. And it takes most people a very long time to get over that hurt. That's why I have a job.
Hurt. I don't like that topic.
That means it's one we need to explore. So, what are some of the reasons that you've let men go?
They're needy. Or, they don't treat me in the way that I want to be treated.
Like,
Like not doing the things they say they're going to do, or just playing too many games, or I lose interest after a while because they're boring.
do you leave any room for mistakes?
Usually after they date me, they marry the next one, or maybe they were dating us both at the same time, or maybe I just don't understand their problems, or maybe I don't know. I'm just like dating the wrong men, I guess, or I don't know if maybe it's me. I don't.
Grace, look at me. Do you leave any room for mistakes?
Yes, well, nobody's perfect, and I know that.
Are you sure about that?
Are you listening to me? I don't have time for nonsense, especially while I'm working on my career.
Are you listening to yourself?
I didn't come here to be judged. I'm thinking we're not a very good match.
My job is to ask the tough questions. The questions your friends are afraid to ask. questions your parents don't want to know the answers to. I'm not a by-the-book therapist. I'm surprised you didn't hear that.
My career is very important to me, and men cloud your perspective. They make you lose focus. And then when they leave, you're back to where you started. And that's not a place where I want to be.
What career are you talking about? Your job or something else?
I work as a human resource executive. My career is in interior design. I'm starting my own firm.
What's holding you back from achieving that goal?
Nothing.
Are you where you want to be?
No.
Then there's something holding you back. Okay, so besides being an interior designer, what do you want?
I want everything.
Are you sure? Because everything represents nothing.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay. What do you want to talk about? What about misery?
Yes, misery. Let's talk about that.
Dictionary defines misery as a cause of suffering or discomfort and a state of emotional distress. I define it as a place that some people like to reside.
Why would anybody want to be miserable?
Grace is stubborn. Stubbornness is a trait that can lead to self-destruction. Grace is also very prideful, and her pride is coming off as arrogance. She needs help, clearly. She needs help. But it's almost as though she doesn't think anyone can help her. So, is there really any need to ask? What are you afraid of?
The same thing everyone's afraid of, being hurt.
Maybe you're not trying to avoid being hurt. Instead, you'd rather be with a man you know will hurt you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Unless you think that's what you deserve.
Now I know why I pay you the big bucks. I never thought about it that way.
Why would you?
But why would I think I deserve to be treated bad?
Because it's what you're used to.
Wow. That's sad. The change is hard.
Changing is one way to look at it. But think about it this way. Raise your standards.
What do you mean?
Require more from a man. And you need to give yourself permission to be alone.
Being alone is, I just don't think it's the way I was built.
That's why you're here. I will help you if you want to change.
I don't know.
That's all right. You will do whatever you do when you're ready. Let's leave it here till next time.
There's one more thing.
What's that?
I didn't tell you the whole truth. When I was at the restaurant with Shay, he followed me into the restroom and convinced me to go to his house after we left the restaurant. We went to his house and made love. But there's one more thing.
Don't tell me. Your time is up.
You mean I have to hold this in until next week?
You held it until the end of the session, so I think you'll be just fine.
I'll try.
And I suggest you think it over very carefully before you see or speak to Shay again.
Yes, I admit it, I'm miserable.
Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure.
Do you want my opinion?
Yes.
Based on my limited observation of you, and this is an educated guess, but I think it has something to do with your pride and your attitude.
What is that supposed to mean?
I wish you could look in a mirror right now and see what I see. Your attitude gives you an air of arrogance that might be perceived by some as judgmental, and your pride is preventing you from asking or receiving help. It shuts off your vulnerable side so men can't see it
Why would men need to see my vulnerable side?
because it's called femininity. And it softens some of those tough edges of yours. Tell me about the first time a man hurt or disappointed you.
I was 21, he was 29. Ray, 6'2", rich chocolate, with a smile that always got me in trouble.
He still affects you.
Like all relationships, it started out good. And, he got comfortable. Then it got ugly, really ugly. He grew distant. And our lovemaking went from fun and spontaneous to boring to painful. He stopped returning my calls, and I went in this coffee shop one day that we always used to go to, and I saw him in there with another woman. He didn't even have the decency to break up with me.
What was it about Ray that made you feel so strongly about him at the beginning?
He was handsome, intelligent, fun at first, and it might sound immature, but we just looked good together.
And why haven't you let anyone in since? He's obviously moved on with his life. How long has it been since you've been in a relationship?
It's been 10 years, and I've dated a few people, but just nothing serious.
This sounds familiar.
So let me ask you again. Why haven't you let anyone in since Ray?
Just I don't want to be hurt. I'm not that stupid, and I'm not that self-destructive.
Why does getting hurt again make you stupid?
Because I have to look out for myself.
So you want to date men you like, but not someone who might make you lose control.
I want to date someone I actually care about.
But what happens if you mistakenly fall in love?
I don't know.
But there's a chance he might hurt you, even if it's in a small way.
Have you ever experienced that kind of pain?
I'll just say that I'm human, and I'm a woman. That should say it all.
Why does life have to be so hard? I'm tired.
Tired of what? Fighting with yourself? If you want an easier life, choose to live one.
You make it sound easy, and it's just not that easy.
Okay. Let's start with the basics.
What basics?
Love. Love is a basic human need. So that means everyone desires it no matter what they tell themselves.
Maybe.
Here's a journal. In it, I want you to write down your hopes, your fears, and your dreams. Next to your dreams, I want you to write down what's holding you back from manifesting it in your life. Next to your fears, I want you to write down how they develop.
That's it.
For now. Then we'll work on getting rid of those fears so that you don't wake up tired every morning. Okay? Can you do that?
Yes, I can do that.
Good. We'll talk about it next time. Okay? Since you wouldn't come to me, I came to you. What are you talking about? Come sit over here. All right. What brings you over here?
What you been up to?
Same old, same old. Working.
Working.
Yeah.
Working. We've known each other since we were 10. When did you become a workaholic?
I'm busy. Got a lot of clients.
That's what all lonely and confused people say.
Now I'm lonely and confused.
I think something else is going on. You still let him affect you, aren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not what, who. He's the reason why you spent once a week in your own therapist's office.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
He's also the reason why you've locked yourself in this place, helping other people instead of yourself. I know he was a real SOB and your first and only love, but it's time to move on, girlfriend.
So now you're a therapist?
I'm yours. That's what girlfriends are.
Yeah, but the advice isn't always good.
True, but trust this advice when I tell you I have found the perfect man for you.
How do you know that?
Let me tell you about him.
Oh, boy.
I know how you like tall men, so he's tall. He has his own business, which means he has time to play. And you so need to play, among other things.
He's handsome, he's educated, well-traveled. What more do you want? Oh, never been married, doesn't have any kids.
He sounds perfect. Too perfect.
Okay, well, look, it's going to be a double date.
A double date.
2 weeks from Saturday. You need to have some fun for a change.
I have fun, D.
When?
All the time. I just work a lot.
Okay. Whatever. I'm going to let you think about it, and I'm going to leave you to your work. But remember, it won't keep you warm in that special place.
Whatever.
Give me a hug.
No.
All right.
All right. I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye. Rachel. Only God can help you now. So, tell me why you two are here.
I think this is ridiculous.
You would.
We don't need couples therapy.
You really believe that, don't you?
This was your mother's idea, Lisa. You're such a good girl who always listens to her mother.
Well, look who's talking, mama's boy, and leave my mother out of this.
We can handle our own problems.
Yeah, everything's been going great so far. Let's see, we argue every day over stupid shit.
Whoa. I don't think you're spending my money, stupid shit.
Your money.
That's what I said.
I work too. You know, you're such a...
Say it. Say it. Don't hold back now because you have an audience. You don't hold back in front of the kids now, do you?
So again, tell me why you two are here.
You're such a poor excuse of a man. I should have listened to my mother when she told me that you wasn't shit. When she told me that you reminded her of her ex, I should have believed her. Yeah, you're worthless. You're worthless.
Lisa and Stefan think finances are their biggest problem. Their problems are much, much deeper than that. It's going to be a challenge trying to help this couple. I think they may have come to me too late. I will do what I can to help them, but they have already exhausted me.
He doesn't understand me.
She always says that. It irritates me she says that. She only works part-time, but she has all the pretty little things that she wants. But she's never happy. And all she does is say, he doesn't understand me.
This is how he reacts to everything. He never gives me a chance to explain.
That's not true. All she does is explain.
And he's an asshole. That's why this relationship won't work. Oh, and he's lazy.
I may be an asshole, I give you that. But I'm not lazy. That's why I draw the line.
Oh, yes, you are. You don't do anything around the house except eat, sleep, and shit.
I work 10 to 12 hours a day to give this woman a $650,000 house in an upper middle class neighborhood. Oh, wait. And I'm up to my neck in debt because my darling pretty little wife.
Well, that's what you wanted, remember? Eye candy. It costs to maintain this trophy, sweetheart. And you should have read the label before you made a purchase.
You're right. Because if I had read the label, I would have left you on the shelf. Then she drives around in this oversized SUV with these high gas prices.
Wait, don't even pin the gas guzzler on me, okay? You knew there was a $700 monthly note before we got it. Yet and still you complain each and every time you write the check.
These two are out of control.
Well, what about this foot fetish thing you got going on?
I like pretty shoes.
You mean expensive shoes? Shoes that cost above average $100.
And that's not true. These were only $8. Besides, I work.
Oh, you work. Oh, guess where I forgot? At a department store where she spends the money that they pay her. It's not considered working,
You know
Lisa.
what? I'm sick and tired of everything I do isn't good enough. I cook, I clean, and I take care of your children.
No. That's why I think about you. I don't feel any appreciation by you at all. Ugh.
This couple is about to hit a wall. Unless I can think of some way to stop them, for their kids' sake. They both need to be right, and they both are equally wrong. How can I make them see that?
Is this how you two always communicate?
Yes, if that's what you want to call it.
Let's start from the beginning.
What beginning?
The beginning of this relationship.
I guess when we first met, I thought I was going to make this woman happy for the rest of my life.
If that were true, you would have died 5 years ago.
You hear the words coming out of her mouth?
How long have you two been together?
Together for 9 years. Married for 7 years.
So much for happily ever after.
Stop watching these romantic fairy tales and maybe you can start keeping it real again. Like you did when we first met.
You know what? Screw you. Is that real enough for you?
You don't get it. That's part of the problem. A lack of screw.
You know what? I don't have to take this.
Lisa, I think you should stay.
That's what of her problems. That's what she always does when she can't handle things. Runs away, walks away, disappears.
Why do you enjoy making her so angry?
Because it's the only way I get to see her express some real emotion. There's definitely not any under my sheets.
Do you think aggravating her is going to change that?
It used to. Before we had kids, we had great makeup sex. I just don't know if I can keep this up.
Tell me what you need from your wife to be happy.
What do I need? I need for her to be a woman again. A woman that is fun, that takes care of herself on a deeper level than appearance, and loves to be touched by me.
How can you help her get back to that place?
Help her? Just her, not me.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I admit there's some things that I need to work on, but him, oh no, he's perfect.
I just say that I was perfect, Lisa, but I'm not the cause of your problem.
Is that right?
You heard me.
Lisa, please, have a seat. Now, if we're going to make any progress, we need to go back.
Back where?
Back to where the problems first began.
That's hard to say.
Okay, let me just say this now. We need to be together at least once a week for a while to heal this relationship. Can you two make therapy a commitment?
Yeah. Where did our problem start? And will you stop looking at me like that? The problem started at the end of our 3rd year of marriage. That's when Stefan started.
Stop, play the blame game. Just skip facts.
I started to feel neglected and overwhelmed by the responsibilities of marriage. I was working 2 jobs, about 5 months pregnant.
Wait a minute.
Let her finish, please.
I wanted it all and do it all. It's the American way. But it's not for everyone.
What part of our life can't you handle?
Everything. 2 jobs, 2 kids, cooking, cleaning, working, trying to satisfy you all at the same time. Enough already.
I thought you knew what you wanted.
So did I.
How do I help this couple? Lisa, tell me about the qualities that first attracted you to Stefan.
Wow. He was kind, gentle, masculine, handsome. He's still handsome. He used to leave things around the house for me to find. Special things that always made me smile.
Things like what?
Perfume, sexy lingerie, concert tickets.
Stefan, tell me about the qualities that attracted you to Lisa.
She has always been beautiful, but every part of her body, her hair and skin was well taken care of. She used to laugh all the time. That's the cutest little laugh.
What else?
I used to call my cell phone to leave these sexy messages while I was at work. I used to look forward to those messages. Then all of a sudden, everything changed. All she do now is pick this, pick that, clean this, clean that. I just need peace from you sometimes, Lisa.
Well, what about you? You're worse than the kids. At least they know when to shut up.
You see how she talks to me? No appreciation, no trust.
I know you didn't just say that. I'm the one that deserves appreciation, okay? See, this is why.
Time out. Time out.
Done.
Lisa, please, sit down. It's obvious you two don't hear how immature you sound. Unfortunately, you are role modeling behavior that will continue for generations to come. Your children are watching. So please, stop, for their sakes.
I don't appreciate
Okay,
how-
but you came to me versus another therapist. If you're looking for conventional, we're on 2 different pages. So with that said, do we continue? It's your money and my time. Stefan, you first. What can you do so that you don't engage your wife in a negative conversation?
I can ignore her.
Not a good idea.
Leave the house.
Also not a good
I don't know. You tell me.
idea. It works better if you solve your problem on your own.
How about listening to me?
Well, how about you stop yelling and maybe I'll listen?
Lisa.
Okay. I'll try if he tries.
I'm cool with that.
I'd like the 2 of you to stand up and face each other. Please. I want you both to turn this sentence into a paragraph. Stefan, you first. What needs to happen before I can be happy?
What needs to happen before I can be happy is that I need to feel love from my wife and children.
Go deeper.
What needs to happen before I can be happy is that I need to be able to provide for my family. And I need my wife to.
Lisa, are you okay?
And I need Lisa to understand that I'm doing my best. And with her appreciation, I can do better.
Deeper.
I need Lisa to want me. same way I want her.
Not deep enough.
What do you want from me?
This is not about what I want from you. This is about what you want for yourself.
I need to be able to look into Lisa's eyes and see love, respect, appreciation, trust. And for you to allow me to make decisions for my family without being made to feel small, stupid, and incapable.
That's better. Lisa, it's your turn.
What needs to happen before I can be happy is for Stefan to be a part of this marriage by helping out around the house and with the kids.
Deeper.
This is hard.
Of course it's hard. If it was easy, you wouldn't need my help.
I need Stefan to be more sensitive to my feelings and not make everything about him. I need him to touch me from his heart when he makes love to me. If he wants me to want him.
That's not deep enough. Lisa, you need to look at your husband in his eyes.
I need to look into his eyes and not see disgust, but adornment, love, and most of all, gentleness. I really need you to see me the way you did when we first met.
I have an assignment for the two of you. We can discuss it on your next session. I need you to write in these journals what you've learned about yourself and what you've learned about each other. I'd also like you to write down everything the two of you talk about.
That was draining. Why does it have to be so hard?
It's hard because we make it hard.
How is that possible?
Our negative thoughts turn into negative action. I haven't seen you in weeks.
Yeah,
You don't look like yourself.
I know.
I got your message
What message?
that you might be.
Oh, it's a false alarm. I've just been detoxifying.
From?
Shay.
Okay. So where are you now?
Still detoxifying. I mean, the reason why I came to see you today is because I've just been so depressed.
Why?
Because I feel stupid. I mean, stupid that I let this man back into my life to ruin it again. We were together for a few months and everything was going great, or at least so I thought. Then one day he stood me up on a date, and when I called him, he didn't even call me back. So I went to his apartment. And that's when I saw something I didn't want to see.
Chill! Baby, calm down! I'm sorry! Don't hurt her! Please! Everything... Why you... Babe, I'm sorry.
Rachel, you have got to fight to get your life back. Because I can assure you he's moved on with his while you're sitting here looking like you haven't bathed in days.
Once again, I know you're right. Because I saw the woman he moved on. But it's still so hard.
I know, but your happiness is worth the change.
So where do I start?
Well, once you've gotten yourself together, get back in the game. But remember this: sex bonds women to men that they are very attracted to. So this time around, no sex without a commitment.
Really? That's going to be hard. And what game are you talking about?
The game of life and dating good men. You need a man who wants you as much as you want him.
I'll try, but I can't make any promises.
For your sake, Rachel, I hope this time you have learned your lesson.
How about this? If you meet a man who reminds you of Shay, run in the opposite direction. And the next time I see you, I want you to look like yourself and I want to hear some good news. Okay?
Okay.
There isn't much to tell, except I run a lot and I work a lot.
What do you do for fun?
No.
You don't have much fun either.
I met a man,
What's his name?
Roger.
I can see how he's changed you. It's nice to see you like this.
I never knew life could be like this.
What did you do differently?
Well, I went into this new coffee shop and I was just going to grab a latte and write in my journal. But this handsome stranger walked in and like I could feel his eyes on my face. And so I decided to return his stare with a smile, and it worked. He came over and we just talked and we laughed, and it felt really comfortable. And it just felt good. I can't stop smiling.
Grace, I am so happy for you. So what's next?
You know, I have no expectations. I'm just gonna let whatever happens happen.
And if it doesn't turn out to be happily ever after?
I'm gonna enjoy each moment, whether I'm with Roger, another man, or alone.
You know, a friend once told me that life is filled with a million moments and we should enjoy each one. You're well on your way to doing that. You are cured.
Thank you.
How is everything?
Ooh, better.
Much better. What's changed?
Much better sex.
Why is the sex better? He listens more.
She yells less.
Better communication. Good.
How did this come about?
Between therapy and my daughter, we started listening to ourselves.
Yeah, we overheard our daughter talking to her friend on the phone about a boy she doesn't like.
And the words, let's just say they sounded familiar.
We were embarrassed.
I had to man up and be a better husband to my children's mother because they're always watching me.
And we filled up 2 months worth of journal writing. And for me, I can say that I don't have a problem anymore.
I have to admit, I wasn't sure how long it would take you two to get here because we've had some rough sessions.
Yeah, over a year's worth.
It was all worth it.
Nice. Well, my job here is done.
Well, actually, I would like to still continue our sessions individually. I still have a few things I would like to work on.
Okay. Same time?
Same time.
I'm done.
I got it. I know my problem.
Rachel, you don't have an appointment.
I need a break.
A break from what?
Are you listening?
I don't have to listen. You don't have an appointment.
I know that. Forget that. I need a break.
From what, Rachel?
From men.
Really? What brought you to that conclusion?
I had an epiphany.
I'm listening now.
Okay, so I woke up yesterday with another asshole in my bed, and I stared at him, and I realized I need to stop blaming men for my problems.
Good.
So I'm taking a break from men.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm taking a break from men so I can focus on me.
So you can focus on your issues.
Yes, my issues.
How does it feel to admit you have issues?
It feels good. I mean, I feel free.
It's hard to admit we're as imperfect as the people around us.
Yeah, it's easier to find fault in others. It's been a good way for me to avoid my stuff.
Rachel, this is very good. So what's next?
So next, the real work begins. I'll keep coming to see you, but I'll stop crying about men and what I've allowed them to do to me.
Now the hard work begins. Are you sure you're ready?
I have to be. I'm out of options.
All right, let's get started.
Before we get started, why'd you decide to become a therapist?
That's personal. But I'll tell you this. I think it was because I get to work on myself while helping others.
Oh.
Hey.
You didn't make it yesterday?
Came earlier. I had a morning meeting. I need to ask you something.
Okay.
May I take you to dinner?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
It's just cool. Hanging out here. Can we run now? Relationships are my business, but doesn't mean I'm good at being in one.
I need to tell you something.
How do you know my name?
We know each other.
What are you talking about?
College, we met there.
Really?
We were young and you were way too much for me.
Okay.
You were nice and polite and all, but that was
Sorry, I still don't remember you.
I wasn't very memorable back then. My hair was really long. I've grown 4 inches since freshman year in college.
College.
I remember being in the library that first fall semester, and it was all quiet until I heard this big crash, and when I looked around the corner, I saw this beautiful girl trying to pick up books from the floor. And I came over to help you, and you smiled at me.
I remember dropping those books. The librarian gave me the dirtiest look.
The next semester, you walked into my English class and sat right in front of me.
AJ is my professional name. Wow, I don't know what to say.
I even spoke to you a few times. You asked me.
Read my essay.
You remember?
Yes.
I couldn't believe it when I saw you running a few months ago. I always never forget that smile.
A few months ago?
It took me a minute to come talk to you.
Well, why did it take you so long to tell me who you are?
Isn't it obvious? I'm guessing you've been saying no to them your whole life, and that's why you're wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll walk away right now. If not, give me a chance.
I don't think so. I don't have the strength.
You can do this. You can do this.
Tony, Tony, Tony. Can I trust him? I'm not that girl from college anymore. Safe is boring. Gosh, I used to be so adventurous. And what happened to me? Stanley, what happened to me? I have to stop giving him power over my life.
Hello? Hey, Tony. How are you? When? Tomorrow. I need to check my schedule. Can you hold a moment? Okay. You still there? How about Saturday? I'll see you then. Bye.
Tell me why this is so difficult for you.
Relationships are a messy business. I know because that's the business that I'm in. Besides, you don't want to hear my sad story. I listen to sad stories, I don't tell them.
I wouldn't have asked unless I wanted to know.
wasn't close to anyone else in the family. I was lonely. I realize now that loneliness is probably better sometimes. Anyway, I was vulnerable and he knew it. His name was Stanley. And he was wonderful at first. As time went by, his insecurities started to suffocate me. He controlled my every move. He isolated me. And he beat me until I fled. His favorite thing was to strangle me. I didn't have any brothers. I didn't have a father. So I had no idea how to deal with men. It was only my second relationship, and it lasted 10 years. Look, I didn't know how to love myself enough. One day, Stanley forgot where it was. And he hit me hard in front of a restaurant. And just as it happened, two guys came out and put him to the ground. And I ran. And I ran. And I never looked back.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
The saddest part is that I loved him through all of you.
But I'm not him. I'm nothing like him.
How could I love a man that would treat me that way?
Because you didn't know you deserved better. But you do now. I want to show you how a man treats a woman that he loves. May I?
I don't know.
The right answer is yes.
When Rachel decided to work on herself, she stopped focusing on men. Happiness landed in her lap. And she found the nerd she once looked down on, but now loves. Grace surrendered, she was able to enjoy the most important thing in life, being alive. She stopped focusing on men and learned to love herself first. And because of that, the men started lining up. And me? Well, I'm still a workaholic, but now I also make time for other things.
trying to find a light. Waiting on it, trying to get the timing right. Switch it up, had to get my mind right. Now it's time and I'm about to shine bright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shine bright. Yeah, shine bright. Joy in the light. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, everybody got problems. Everybody got problems. You just want to solve them. Live it up, my calling, that's right. Oh, I know you got problems, know you at the bottom, know you took a loss today. Everybody want bottles, living for a throttle. You just want a bottle today. Tell me joy where it's hiding. I've been trying to find it before I go all the way. Cause everybody got problems, everybody's starving, but don't you go off today, yeah. Don't you go off, don't you go off now. That's right. Don't you go off now.